Let's go live, man. Let's get some comments up here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get the
Hey,
show
have we
going.
went live already?
Yeah, we live.
Okay, we'll just call 38 then. We're gonna put him on the.
We'll call 38 in a little bit. We'll let him do his thing.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do it, man. I don't hear no music.
Come after me. I'm a man. Hey. I'm
40. Yeah.
Boy, look here.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Yeah. Yeah.
Never get old.
Never gets old, man. I've got to hear that again. Let me see. Is that it?
ready to rumble.
Oh, that ain't it.
Come on.
Man. Hey, next time I'll have it right.
That just happened, show, man.
Already, man. What's going down?
Sir. Episode 32.
30. Is it 32? Yeah.
I'm gonna call it 32.
32.
George Floyd Part 2.
Part 2.
The follow-up.
Already.
Warren G, the phone man, representing.
That's right. Real deal. Rudy right here. What camera we on? We right there.
Fresh Ink Finest, man. Y'all respect the man. You hear me?
Already. And we got this camera right here going today.
Oh,
Bam!
yeah.
We got that view right there.
I like it. I like that, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's
it's
what's
live,
up.
live and fly.
What's up, everybody? Hey, anybody out there watching in Facebook land? We're going live today. If you want to comment, chime in, talk to us. We want to hear from you.
Holla at your boy.
That's what's up.
What's going on with that? I'm gonna leave that shit alone.
Hey, you know what, man? Speaking of, what were you saying, man? What did it say? Oh, 30. We were talking about numbers, man. There's a guy that I know. He has a birthday today. I'm going to try to hit him up and see if I can't get him on the line. I'm going to see if I can't get a special guest.
We talking
He might answer, he might not.
Yeah,
he's usually pretty busy. Let me see if I can
a busy man. I know you talking
if I can dial him up real quick. See if he wants to chat for a minute, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that, man. Make sure, man. I'm really
let's see.
I want to thank everybody for checking us out as usual.
Let's see if we can get the man.
What up, Rudy?
Yo, what it do, man? Hey, you live on the air right now, man. So don't say anything too crazy, man.
What's going on, big homie? This Warren G, the phone man.
Hey,
yeah.
Let the people know who. Let the people know who we talking to, man.
This ESG S2C baby going down.
Not the original sir. ESG, man.
Yeah, man. I'm out here getting a haircut. My boy geek. I'm in the barbershop right now in Waco, Texas, man. I'm on the road, man. I'm going from. I was announcing. I'm in Waco. I got Dallas tomorrow. Then I got Austin for my yacht party, my birthday party. Then I'm back in H-Town Sunday.
Hey, man, you make sure you get back to the house and holler at your people, man. But we just wanted to reach out and wish you a happy birthday, man.
Props, big homie. We still swinging and banging out here.
Already, baby. I so appreciate that, man.
Hey, we got to get you in the studio.
Do something. You feel me?
We got to get you in the studio, big dog.
Already, man. I appreciate that. Y'all the only people I answer the phone for on my birthday, man.
Hey,
so,
man. Hey, well, that tells you something right there.
Happy
with your
birthday.
Peeps, man. With your peeps.
Already,
Hey, get your haircut. Be safe out there, man. We'll holler when you get back, homie.
God bless,
right.
man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my dog right there, Mr. ES to the G. It's his birthday today. I think it's his 21st, man. I think he's been swinging and banging for 21 years.
At least
22. It just never. He just keeps swinging and banging. It just keeps swinging around, man.
Groundhog Day. Already, big ESG H-Town representing, man. It's always a pleasure right there.
Yeah, man. H-Town in the building. H-Town in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, speaking of all that, man, we living in some crazy times. And man. Like I said, episode 32. George Floyd edition part 2.
Right.
Okay.
So we have some updates.
We got some updates, and man, I think we're gonna continue to follow up throughout this whole process right here. And so we're gonna do that. But before we jump straight into that, I got a couple of little sports tidbits here.
Let's talk about it, man. You know what? I'm so eager to talk about some sports, man. So
I am too, real.
Let's talk about it, man. Talk about some sports. Let's hear it.
The first thing to come to mind, and I'm going to say this like this here. The NBA came out today.
Right.
I think they're going to make an official announcement tomorrow, and they're going to give all the particulars, if I may say, about how they're going to do the remainder of the season. I think it's supposed to start July 31st, if I'm not mistaken.
And end in October, I heard.
End in October.
That's so strange, man.
They're doing almost like an NCAA, like a March Madness kind of layout with it.
Okay.
And the seeding and stuff, they're still, I guess when they make that announcement, we'll see exactly how it's going to work. Everybody's not invited. I think it's only the teams that were in playoff contention.
So it's at the top 8 in each
division.
In each division.
That's what I want to say, real.
Okay. All right.
And it's almost like a March Madness type of bracket they're going to run.
Like a tournament.
8 playing 9.
Okay.
With some stipulations.
Okay.
It's not like how you would do typically would be 1 against the 8 seed.
Right. It's not going down like that.
No, it's going to be more of a competitive tournament this way.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Just think about it. That's true. That's true.
Let's
You're right.
What we can get.
It is better than nothing, but that's why you want that 1 seed so you can play that 8 seed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you play hard all year. So that you can get that number 1 seeding
to get that easier ride.
Yeah, you get that easier ride, so you don't get knocked out by, you don't play the strongest first, But hey, man, some basketball is better than no basketball. So hey,
I'm with you, man. They're saying it's all supposed to be done in Florida at one of the Disney complexes. They got, he printed his own money out there with the Disney stuff, and so that's who's supposed to be the host.
Okay. So it's like at Disneyland.
At Disneyland, it's gonna be. They're gonna play all the games there, to my knowledge. Official tomorrow.
It's official.
Supposed to make it official on tomorrow.
Okay.
And man, we're gonna have some live sports to watch.
Man,
I don't know what it's gonna be like as far as the fan experience.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna work, man. I'm really excited to see the trimmed down James Harden. They say James lost like he's slim and trim now.
You know why? Because he can't go to the club right now. He can't party.
Yeah.
He can't be hanging out with Meek Mill till 4 a.m. like he did in the playoffs. I heard a couple years ago or something like that. But hey, that's just hearsay, man. What do I know?
Hey, I'm not mad at him though. You put yourself in that position. I'm gonna hang out a little bit, real.
Yeah, man.
You can only hold them Maybach keys so long before them suckers is like, man,
let's go ride. Let's go somewhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
Yeah, man.
I'm with that. I ain't mad at James Harden. So what's he? He's ready. He's in shape. He's ready to go.
He's looking lean as I've ever seen him.
Okay.
And his beard looked like it grew like 2 more inches.
He got the quarantine beard.
Yeah, he might as well go and boat that sucker up too, because it's getting out there. ZZ Top.
Hey, you got somebody chiming in saying, "Hey, Bay, is that Bay?" I know she ain't talking to me, so
that's the Snicker Wicker.
That's got to be the Snicker Wicker, because I know she can't be talking to me.
What's up, Snick Wick?
What's up?
I'm gonna holler at you after the show. We'll catch up.
Hey, but thank you for chiming in. Appreciate that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yeah. No, with all that being said, man, some live sports coming y'all's way, our way.
Yeah.
Okay. The MLB is not looking so good.
Yeah, I seen they had a proposition for I believe it was 114 game season, and they said, nah, we ain't doing that. So
they're so crazy, man.
Yeah.
I heard 114, and then I think the players came back at 50.
What?
I mean, we going long range negotiating here, right?
Yeah.
And then I think somebody else came back at 82. And now they're saying that the league is like, we didn't even do a counter offer.
Oh, wow.
They're like, okay, y'all acting a fool. We ain't even gonna counter your offer anymore.
Wow. Baseball, you need to get it going.
They got to get it going, because one thing about baseball, over the years, it has become more of almost a niche type of sport. I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
But it's not as mainstream. It's mainstream, but it's not as popular as your other NFL, of course, is the king.
See, like myself, I call myself an October baseball guy.
A lot of people are.
October baseball, I think. Right. But it's the regular season so long. Like you said, it's not as popular a sport as a football or basketball.
Yeah. One thing about it, and under these circumstances with the quarantine and the pandemic and everything else we got going on, hopefully baseball will reinvent itself. 162 games or anything is too many games.
That's a lot of games, man.
Yeah, it's just
That's a lot of games.
man.
It's in they have those weird 12 o'clock in the afternoon during just in the summertime. But I get it. That's kind of the baseball tradition. I think that's pretty cool.
It used to, I think in the past it's cool, but I think in the past that number of games was more conducive to the past than the present time. You don't hold people's interest for 162 games in this day and age.
Yeah.
Things happen faster now.
But see, this is the thing too. I'm gonna counter you on that.
Come on with it.
There's a lot of different interest in the game now that wasn't in the game years ago. For one, betting, Las Vegas,
right?
They love 160 something games.
Yeah, I'm sure they had some interest.
And then there's some gamblers out there. I don't know many myself, but I heard there's some gamblers out there that they enjoy it as well. They enjoy being able to, put a little wager on the game at 12. Fantasy baseball.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of different interest in,
I'm with you 100%, man.
Then back when, the 1970s and whatnot, only Pete Rose was gambling back then.
I don't know, man. Some other ones out there too. They making Pete the scapegoat.
Hey, man, Pete should be in the Hall of Fame.
You can't gamble by yourself.
No, you can't.
You can't bet by yourself. So there's somebody else involved with it too, So with all that being said, baseball better come on with it.
Yeah, man. See, with basketball, they started the season, so they got to finish it. Baseball, they might say, hey, man, we're just going to just skip this season.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe a 50-50 chance that it may just be skipped.
Yeah. At
this point, because when you got billionaires arguing with millionaires, you start to lose the general public's interest. And then now we've been without sports altogether now for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So people know they can do without looking at your product.
Right. And man, this is another thing too. Like right now, there's nothing else. There's nobody else out there playing. So baseball players aren't at home watching basketball on TV, watching football on TV, being like, man, I wish we were playing. But I think once other sports start back up and they're sitting there, staring at the TV, they might want to reconsider getting back out there and playing. You know what I'm saying?
It really, at that point, it's almost too late, but it would, I think, push them to get on out there and get something done.
Yeah.
Already. Big ESG, H-Town.
Oh, that's my phone. Let me turn that down.
Hold on, E.
There we go. We got it back.
All right.
My bad.
Come on, E. We'll holler at you later, big dog.
But yeah, man, I think if some baseball players start seeing basketball getting started back up, football training camp getting going, they might say, hey, man, let's just come to some terms here so we can start playing again.
They're going to have to, because the NFL is going to do their thing, man. It's going to be NFL is going they set the kickoff on time.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if fans will be involved or not, but they're the king right now.
Well, what I heard, I heard this. I don't know if it's facts, but what I heard is that they're going to start the season as long as closed stadiums are open, like if there's an open roof.
Right.
And then it's going to be at 25%. So I think they said that's 18,000 people in NRG. There's more than that. That's a high school game here in Texas.
Yeah, one thing that these not riots, what's the word I'm looking for?
Protests?
The protests have demonstrated is groups of people. We don't know the results from these groups getting together.
Right.
But it's been protests all over the country in large numbers. We had 60,000 here yesterday in downtown Houston.
Yeah, peacefully.
Yeah.
In Houston, downtown.
Right.
Just want to put that out there.
And so what did Sugar T say on that? Sugar
T said, hey, man, I need my glasses. I don't even have glasses, but I need some. She said, this show that on every Wednesday, Yeah, she said, hey, Rita, this is the show that is on every Wednesday. I'm supporting them already. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. We appreciate that.
All right.
But yeah, 60,000 people protested. So I guess that means that we're gonna have 20,000 new cases tomorrow. Because I seen Yahoo said we got like 19,000 new cases overnight. So that means,
Is that right?
well, not here, but they just posted that,
You know what?
with
I'm
all the
starting
rioting and all this, and I'm thinking like, all these people went out and got tested after the riots or something.
I'm starting to
I don't
wonder,
know, man.
man.
These numbers just, I don't know, man. You know
Come
what I'm saying?
on now. It didn't happen that fast. 19,000 new cases.
New cases, yeah.
I think somebody might be fudging the numbers a little bit.
19,000.
You can't test 19,000 people in a day.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Or 2
I'm
days,
not a
is.
doctor. I'm not a specialist. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hey,
just stay safe out there.
That's what we're gonna do.
Stay safe.
Let's do that, man. Real.
Yo.
With all that being said, do me a favor, brother.
Yes, sir.
There's a young man from Jamaica that normally joins us. He's a member of the That Just Happened show team.
Okay.
Can we give him a call, maybe?
Give him a call?
We can. Would you like to use my device?
Let me see. Now I have to use my device here to you know what? I'm gonna have to
I want to get his opinion on a few things.
Let me see, man. I'm gonna have to disconnect from my own watching party, man. How does that work? How do I disconnect from my own watch party?
Man, you could have just came right over
Nah, it's
there.
okay. I got it. Let me call Mr. 38. Let me call the man up, man. What are we gonna talk about, man?
Man, I want to get his opinion on a few things here, man. You know,
okay.
I was looking at some keeping up to speed with the news and stuff, and looking at some information. I had never seen Trump hold a Bible. I think it was his first time. Looked like he was holding it upside down. but what happened? What had happened was he took a picture. I want to say it was in the D.C. area.
It was in front of the White House.
Well, it was at a church.
In front of the White House.
Okay.
Yeah, or right
nearby.
Yeah, right near, because they threw some smoke bombs and
that's what I'm getting at.
And all this other stuff to clear the path so that he could walk through and take that picture.
Yeah. Real, it kind of. I would like to say I'm surprised, but we talking about this. He's still considered the president, right? Even though he got impeached and beat that some kind of way. Yeah, he's Teflon now for sure.
But, yeah, he's still the president. Last time I checked.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to go over there with rubber bullets and tear gas.
Yeah.
To clear a church.
Yeah, and I've been seeing these rubber bullets are doing damage to people.
They something serious, ain't they?
Yeah, I'm talking knots on the head, eyes blackened. They're not just little.
Yeah, it's not a paintball gun.
It's not a paintball gun, man. But yeah.
And so you're gonna open fire at the church, clear the crowd out, and come in and do a photo op.
Yep.
And hold the Bible upside down. Boy, man.
Hey,
now why
the cameraman? If it was upside down, don't know if it was, but the cameraman should have said, "Hey, President, your Bible's upside down."
I think it's his first time holding one, man. He looked uncomfortable with it too, but
may have been.
It blew my mind, man. I'm like, golly, now.
May have been, man. Let's see what our partner in crime has to say. See if we can get him on the line.
I want to see if he was cool with that, man. Cause
it's a loud ring.
Yeah, it is.
That's a loud ring right there.
Yeah, real deal.
Mr. 38, what's up, man? You're live on the air. What's going on?
What's up, big homie?
How you doing, man? You live? You good? Man. You good?
You got it, man. You got it. I was just we just trying to figure out why you didn't tell Trump to turn his Bible the right side up when he was taking the pictures holding the Bible out there in front of that church after he done tear gassed everybody.
I see that.
Hey, man, that's not how we let church out over there at Hebron, man. We don't put tear gas in the parking lot to make everybody leave.
Definitely put the tear gas on it.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. And I had some topics. I had some things I needed to say this week, man, but just business got caught up, man. And I'm not going to forget it because I got them on my email, and I got to make sure all my people know that I'll be back. I'll be back for sure next week on the show. You know what I mean? But I got some topics. I have to follow up from our last show. But I have some things I want to say, but it's not even nothing I could even get into right now. But yo,
man,
I wish I could be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I wish you would have told him to get on this Facebook Live for us over here, man, and check us out.
Man, I know, and I should have freaking started the. Oh, y'all on the live right now?
Yeah, we're on the live. We're talking to you on the live.
You own, man. You in now.
Oh man. Well, yo, people, Mr. 38, man, he's Flatbush finest, yo.
That's
you know
right.
what I always say? My catchphrase is there.
We
You know
there.
what I mean?
We there, man.
Yo,
We there.
next week Wednesday, I'm gonna be on there and it's gonna be live as hell. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
take care of yourself out there, and we'll talk to you next week, man.
For sure. God still life. I'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Later.
Be good,
All right,
boy.
son. One.
We there.
All right.
Later.
Yeah, Mr. 38. So he is abroad today, so he'll be back next week.
Yeah.
And he has some things that he wants to talk about. But for today, me and my man, the phone man, are about to talk about it, man. Let's jump right into it, man.
Let's chop it up.
Let's jump right into it.
We come to just a week after the first George Floyd episode, right?
Yeah, so this is George Floyd episode 2.
We got
Following up.
The follow-up.
The follow-up. Yes.
We got 4 convictions.
Well, no,
Not
we got
convictions,
4
but
charges.
Charges.
Yeah.
On all 4 officers.
Yeah, finally. And then also, too, it looks like they upgraded the charges.
On the initial.
Yeah, on the initial.
What's his name? Mr. Somebody. I forget his name. It ain't worth remembering no
yeah,
way.
it's not even worth remembering.
But
that's progress. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely progress.
And they moving speedy with it. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, man. I'm cool with that.
It's no way it takes months and weeks and all this stuff. They've been talking about doing these investigations.
Right.
And not to just take this ball and go too far with it, but everybody saw the tape. So the investigation, they can kind of cut that down into a kind of take some time
it's
off
already the whole world investigated it.
Yeah, I think
live.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
the investigation was made.
Mm-hmm.
The video was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't hard to see what happened. So,
man, I'm glad that it was speedy.
Yeah.
And we have these charges that are pressed, the arrest warrants for the other 3.
Right. Which I don't think they've made the arrest yet. From what I've seen so far, I think they charged them, but I don't know if they made the arrest. I could be wrong.
They said the warrants were issued.
Right.
Now, so I don't know how long it's going to take them to go over there, or if they're going to turn themselves in, or what the case may be.
Yeah.
But it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely, man. Definitely a step in the right direction.
I want to personally, congratulate everybody that was able to participate. In George Floyd's honor, and for a lot of the names of people that we'll never know that suffered a similar fate.
Right.
And so, for the most part, I know in Houston it was peaceful.
Yeah, man. Big shouts out to Houston. As everybody has seen around the country, it's been just chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Houston was able to pull it together. Yesterday, it looks like 60,000 people came out.
Right.
And for the most part, protested peacefully.
Yeah, man. Bun B was involved.
Trey the Truth.
Trey.
Mm-hmm. I seen Kiki out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there's a lot of influential black men that was involved.
Yeah.
And keeping the peace and stuff out there
man.
was essential. And with that being said, man, there was a lot of stuff that I heard as far as the Minneapolis protests and stuff go, of plants or implanted people that were just causing destruction at these protests.
Yeah.
They were saying that most of the arrests, and this is probably about 2 days old, but were the people that were arrested were not from that area.
Yeah, I seen a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a lot of that.
So it's what's being said is you're having some of these supremacist groups implanting violent protesters, if you want to call them protesters. They just there to cause trouble,
right?
In these
protests. And it's funny, man. I've heard both sides. I've heard people say it's white supremacist groups that are planning people, and then I heard it's the, I can't even say what's the other group, the black group that they're saying Tifa. I don't even know what you call it, but
No.
they're saying the other side is planting people as well. So who knows, man? But I can't say this, that there's been a lot of unnecessary stuff happening out there.
Yeah.
In the protests. But I do, on the same hand, feel that people noticed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to go tear shit up for people to notice.
Right.
But but I think this time around people can feel something's different with this.
Well, sometime, real deal, and I'll say this real quickly, man. Sometimes you do have to tear shit up, because if you try certain things a certain way and you never get any results, and I'm one for peaceful protests and trying to do things the right way, but when you use that approach and you keep getting the same result, you get to a point to where you get some attention. We can get your attention, and I think that's what George Floyd's death has accomplished.
Yeah,
attention is on this situation,
right? From
the sports leagues to, I don't care if you're trying to get a job in the professional world, in the business world. We know racism exists on all levels
already.
And so what it's doing is drawing attention to it. And that's the good that we can take out of this.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. People have definitely taken notice. And you know what I found pretty remarkable is when they were showing protests from like overseas, like around the world.
Yeah, I saw that.
People were protesting, and I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting right there.
I did see the same thing, man, to see that what's going on in the US is world news right now.
World news, man. World news.
And another thing, I'm gonna say this about Trump right here. You have the world's attention. And he was making some comments that I was looking at on a news feed, and he was talking to the governors of these different states.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
He's asking, well, you have to dominate these protests.
Yeah, calling them weak. They're being weak.
Yeah, they're being weak. Dominate. Asking for more at this particular time. This is kind of a buffoon that we have running the country. That you would take a moment like this and basically start to belittle the governors and ask for more police brutality. And that's what it's like, for everybody that voted for Trump, I don't know what y'all was thinking about when y'all cast your ballot, but hopefully just seeing him fumble around and be a complete idiot like this, I was really astounded by that comment, because what leadership does, real deal, you got to have compassion to be a leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you got to be firm. You got to be firm as
well.
You
can be firm.
But you have to have some understanding.
Did he not see the video? And so you don't ask, are you not aware of the climate in the real world? See, it's one thing about people when they're rich for a long period of time. He hadn't been a regular person probably his whole life. I don't know. He's probably born a silver spoon. And so you're detached from reality, man. And so what'll happen is, you're sitting here looking at people as just a populace. You're not looking at an actual individual people here.
Right.
And so the words that come out of his mouth is telling me, okay, enforce more, put your knee on them.
Yeah.
Put more brutality down on these people and show them who's boss.
Show who's the boss. Yeah. That's what he's all about, though. I think, if you follow him, even before he was, in politics, that's just who he is, and so when he's on this stage, he's just gonna
just doing what he does.
He's just gonna be who he is. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what he's doing. It's really disheartening when this is the time when leadership steps up, like what happened here in Houston. Okay, and with compassion, like I said, and understanding of their environment, the atmosphere, and what's going on.
Yeah.
And it just kind of speaks on the world stage, because like you said, that everybody's looking.
Everybody's looking. And
you look at his comments as well, and I'm sure everybody's thinking like, man, what in the world do they have going on over there?
Yeah.
And it's just it sparks even more division.
Yeah.
In my mind, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know what I want to know, man? I want to know whose idea was the photo op.
Probably his.
Probably his.
I think so.
He was like, you know what, man? I know the country's burning down and everybody's looting. I think I should go take a good picture of myself and show my power.
Well, no, Trump, they're in front of the church right now. Dominate them. We'll show them who the boss.
Yeah.
Dominate them.
Throw some tear gas and some rubber bullets. Clear me a path. Yeah,
right.
Clear me a path. Oh,
Goodness
man.
grief, man.
Hey, man, I want to say this too. For anybody that's new to the show or hasn't, or maybe this may be their first or second time watching the show, we're not a political show.
No.
You know what I mean? This show is not about politics, never has been about politics.
No.
We mainly talk about sports. We talk about current events.
That's right.
And, but, what's been going on right now is just been dominated by this situation with the George Floyd and politics. So, the past couple shows or the past few shows, even before the George Floyd incident we were talking about, I don't remember what it was.
It was the kid in Georgia, man.
Oh,
that was killed by the
that's what it was.
son.
It was the kid in Georgia that was killed. So there's just been so many politically driven topics lately.
It's hard for us to stay away from it, and I'm with Real Deal on this. My thing is this: we never intended. We do current events, okay, but we never intended to just go into this. But I think the time frame that we're working in, we have to.
Yeah,
we don't have another choice. We have to address it.
Yeah, there's no sports to talk about. Very little. Yeah, and then everything is just dominated by these last few events, and it's hard not to talk about it because that's the talk.
That is the talk.
I don't want anybody to be like, man, I don't want to watch them guys always talking about politics and Donald Trump and Biden. No, that's not who we are. It's not what we do.
No.
But that's just the current news, and so we're speaking on the current events and current topics. So
that's what it is, brother, man. It's everybody knows that's at least plugged in a little bit. 2020 is a crazy year.
Crazy year,
and so, man.
Crazy.
We're faced with this stuff, so we're dealing with it.
Yeah. But just stay watching us when when sports do kick back off. You'll hear a lot of bad talk about the Texans coming from this side over here. My boy 38, he's a fellow Giants fan, so you hear a lot of Giants talk.
We're ready for it.
Yeah, so just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Once these sports kick back up, you're gonna really hear what this show's about.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I'm the fantasy football king. Everybody knows that, and I've won a whole lot of money taking y'all's money on fantasy football and sports wagers.
As he would say, you heard the man.
Some bills and stuff to take care of. So I can't wait right now, man. I'm ready to eat again, man.
Man.
It's lean times.
Hey, I'm so ready for some sports.
It's time to eat now.
I'm so ready, man.
Yeah.
I heard hockey's going to kick back off, too, with some like a playing type of deal, too.
Come on, hockey. Come on.
So sports are starting to trickle back in. But for now, hey, we're going to talk about what's current, and that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm gonna get away from it. I have a couple of other things I want to bring up, but before I do, I want to give props to Floyd Mayweather right now.
Oh yeah.
Floyd stepped up to pay for the funeral expenses for George Floyd. It was some big numbers being thrown around.
I heard either 85 or 88,000 for this funeral, or multiple. I don't know if it's multiple viewings. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
big shouts out to you, homie.
Yeah, big props, Floyd, man. I know he take a lot of negativity at times too.
He probably traded in one of them watches.
Man, maybe like a pair of earrings.
Yeah, probably some earrings. Like, I don't need these too much anymore. What can I get for these? We'll give you 100. All right, I'm gonna keep 20. I'm gonna donate to the cause.
Leave Floyd alone, man. Don't do him like
that. Big props, Floyd.
Yeah, we gotta give him props there.
Yeah,
man. And then before I move on from that, I was looking at another disturbing video. It was actually two of them. During the protest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I think one of them was from the Minneapolis area, and one of them may have been somewhere else. I don't want to mess it up. But we had an instance where the first one I saw, we had two police cars driving to the crowds slowly.
Atlanta.
Was that Atlanta?
Atlanta.
I mean,
And they start banging on the windows, bash the windows out, slice the tires, tase the girl and her boyfriend. And from what I know, from what I've heard, is they were out past curfew.
so that's what was going on that?
Yeah.
'Cause that was past curfew.
Past curfew. And 2 black officers. You know?
Okay.
But this is another thing. The shout out to the mayor. Acted, I want to say next day, fired him.
Really?
Next day,
Yeah.
you out of there.
Well, that's one
Unacceptable.
way. That's one way to get rid of them. Let's just start. You get to a point. Let's weed them on out.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for it, man. Go ahead, move on around. You can go work construction somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do all give me your badge, man. Get on up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We should have been doing that with them.
Yeah, but that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
It looked crazy, man. I'm thinking like, what are you doing? And then there was another one. Dude came in hot, man, in a tanker truck, 18-wheeler, with the fuel tanker on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one?
I seen that.
I mean, coming in, blowing the horn, that thing was rolling into a crowd of people. And I guess at the last minute, he thought to stop. I think at first he was just going to go through the crowd or try to make them jump back or whatever he thought he was doing.
Yeah, I seen that. Now on that same hand, I seen, I believe it was in St. Louis, a FedEx driver did the opposite. Just took off and ran somebody over, drug him to death.
Really? I missed. Now that one I did miss.
Yeah, but they weren't moving. And he said that somebody flashed a gun and so he hit the gas, and took off. But I always will remember this, man, back during the LA riots when old buddy got stuck and got caught up and just got beat to a pulp, truck driver.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that, man. It's one of those instances where you don't want to. Why, if you don't have to be on the road going through there at that particular time during the protest, maybe pull over to the side, tell your boss, hey, look, we're running a little bit late.
Yeah, I'm taking the long route. I'm avoiding downtown.
I got 60,000 people out here in front of my truck. Man, I don't believe I want to drive through there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give those drivers too much. I give a little bit of leeway on that, but man, don't put yourself in that because them packages on that FedEx truck can wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they can wait, man.
Unless you got coronavirus test on now, come on, go on, chill.
But like I said, man, I always remember, and I'm sure them as truck drivers too remember, the riots that happened back in LA when they pulled old buddy out of the truck and just, beat him up unnecessarily.
And that was prior to the Rodney King.
That was the whole Rodney. Yeah, that was part of the whole Rodney King thing, man. So. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Truck drivers take the, the scenic route. Don't go through downtown right now.
It's real in the field, man.
It's real in the field, man.
Know. At this particular time, man, you gotta be very careful what you're doing.
Yeah.
I did want to throw them last two out there because that scene, the police driving in the crowd and the 18-wheeler did catch my eye.
Yeah.
And so I did want to throw that information out there. It was one other.
You know what? While you're thinking of that one, I'm gonna get political again.
Come on,
because there's an incident that's sports related that I wanted to touch on. Drew Brees, someone that I truly respect. Truly respect Drew Brees.
Yeah,
have always thought he's an intelligent guy, plays the game the way you're supposed to play it. But he came out today and made a statement and said, he's against anybody disrespecting the flag. Which he's talking about players kneeling this next NFL season. And he was saying that, he's against it. He's not for it. And, he considers that disrespecting the American flag. And once again, I think that's where the confusion is. I think the protesters, it's not about the flag.
I'm very disappointed in Drew on that because, like yourself, I hold him in high regard. And I don't like people to continue to muddy the waters, if I may say. We understand the video that we saw last Monday is what we're talking about.
Right.
We're not talking about, we're all Americans, Drew. We're not talking about disrespecting the flag. Man, come on, man. You're a smart dude. Come on, man. Don't try to play us now.
Yeah.
do you understand? If he doesn't understand the situation that we're talking about, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, it's sad either way, Drew, on him.
Right.
Because if you that out of touch, man, that's terrible. For the longest time, when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling
peacefully
for the very thing that we're dealing with today,
Mm-hmm.
they tried to say it was disrespecting the flag. It was something against the military, a spite against the military, all this
Right.
other bull that they were coming up with.
Right.
It's about, for the last time, anybody that, most kindergartners will get this. It's about killing unarmed black men
Right.
and women
Right.
and by law enforcement
Mm-hmm.
and getting away with it with no repercussions. That's
Right.
what it's about. Please stop with the American flag stuff.
And disrespecting the military.
Please.
You know, and I'm going to say this about the military. What's disrespect to the military, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, is you have people abroad fighting for freedom,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
equality, rights, dying for that, because that's what America represents.
Right.
But you have people over here in America that don't have that freedom, that equality,
Yeah.
you know. So a real disrespect is to
Continue on this path.
continue on this path, you know, to put down a man that's representing that what you're over there fighting for. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, so I don't look at it as a disrespect towards you know, the military. You know, he's just making a statement using his platform, man. And I hope that people understand what he was doing a little bit more now. You know what I mean?
Man, if they don't, real deal, we gotta move past them.
Right.
Because they don't fit into society anyway.
Right.
So
right.
Anybody that don't understand at this point, don't even worry about it, man. We just have to steamroll you too because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, we got to keep it moving now. We didn't went over that enough times. So anybody, y'all, we're gonna have an extra 30-minute session after class. Y'all go get in the retarded class or whatever.
Yeah, you can stay after class if you want to talk about it some more. But yeah,
come on, man.
We're gonna...
Let's be for real now.
Yeah.
You know, Drew had a teammate that took. I didn't get his name.
Yeah, I know, man. I'd seen that. I should have wrote that down.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't his left tackle. But dude was not happy. We're going to get his left tackle name. If it was him, Drew, you might want to retire before the season starts.
Yeah, just go ahead and give it to the other guy there.
Yeah, man. You might have a long year this year.
Yeah.
But, man, he did not take it lightly.
Mm-hmm.
He, to my knowledge, spoke with Drew over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And still posted, like, Drew, shut up. Dude.
Yeah, shut up, Drew.
Yeah, just still posted it. So good luck, Drew Brees, in the locker room.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And I respect you, Drew. I respect you. I respect your game.
I'm trying to.
I respect your game. I just, you know, considering the climate of the country right now, man.
It was bad timing.
It was just, it was bad timing, man.
It was bad terrible timing, man.
Now he's entitled to his opinion. You know what I mean? But I just think he might want to. You might want to just kind of just not publicly just said that. Not right now, at least.
Man.
You know?
Yeah. Right now, I don't want to hear from Drew anymore.
Bring back Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from Drew.
Bring back Teddy Bridgewater.
The next thing I hear him say, I want to be football related, man. Just stick to football, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You talking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was one other. And we're gonna swing on and move on. Everybody is aware of these circumstances that we're dealing with, not only a pandemic, but just a complete uproar behind police brutality against blacks in the country. So we are in some uncharted waters right now, to say the least, as far as the U.S. goes. But there was a state assembly person in New York that was participating in one of the protests. Her name was Diana Richardson.
Okay.
And she's a public official. Okay. And she's an elected official. And she just so happened to be in a peaceful protest near City Hall, where she was pepper sprayed. And so I'm just saying, you never know who's in these crowds.
Yeah.
And when the tear gas goes off, your elected officials out there,
You can get it too.
yeah, getting tear gassed by the same people that elected her to office.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how much disarray. It's crazy, real deal, of just how much.
It's crazy right now.
Yeah, pandemonium, man.
Yeah, pandemonium, man.
Golly.
It's crazy to think that now, the corona is like, it seems don't take this the wrong way. It's very serious, and I understand it's a pandemic, but it's kind of the least of everybody's worries right now, man.
Yeah, it's. And then the combination of the two
together, you're like, golly,
man,
can't catch a break.
Yeah, can't catch a break, man. You're like, I'm thinking back 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was finally able to sit down, get my girl, go sit down on the patio and have
at a restaurant. Yeah, you're like, okay, this is okay. We're getting back to normal.
Yeah, give me some fajitas and stuff, And then here it is. Fast forward 2 weeks.
Oh my God!
Now you're sitting on the patio. But now you got the eyes. I'm looking here, saying, okay, I got my white partner over. He looking kind of funny. I'm sitting over here, and the police that's doing security, he's looking around over his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, man, let's go back on lockdown and come back out again.
For real.
It's like,
hey, it's crazy. Walmart is closing at 5 o'clock right now. That's when it's
is
serious.
That everywhere?
I know here it is.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, for Walmart to close at 5, shit's for real. They had the corona and they were damn near open till midnight.
Man, so Walmart closed at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so you better go in and get what you need to get before 5. Before 4:45.
I hadn't heard that one real deal.
Yeah,
man.
that's when times are crazy out here. When Walmart said, "Oh no, we shutting down." Walmart never closes.
They never close, man.
They never close, man.
Don't tell me, is Waffle House open?
I don't know.
They probably closed too. They're
yeah,
like, man,
they're like,
we closed at 6:30.
They got the windows boarded up. Oh, and then another thing too. Hey, you people in New York, you might not understand this, our New York listeners, but it's hurricane season.
I heard about it.
And they got something brewing in the Gulf right now, man.
It's 3 of them.
Oh, that's even worse.
In the first week, I was sitting there talking, and I think they set a record. This is the first time it's been 3 named hurricanes or storms in the first week of hurricane season.
Wow.
And so 2020 is active.
So what happens if you got people riding? You got 50,000 new cases overnight, and then a hurricane, and then that category 4 or 5 hits somewhere in between New Orleans and Houston, because that's typically where they hit, or Florida.
I'm just gonna board my house up, man.
But what are you boarding out? Is it Corona, the looters, or the hurricane? What are you worried about?
I'm boarding myself in.
At least then you were boarding up because you didn't want your windows to get broken.
That way I can shoot out the second story. I don't have to be on the first floor.
There you go, man.
I just shoot out the windows at the top.
Jeez, man. Crazy times, man.
Man, it's unreal.
Yeah.
I sit there and I think about all this cumulative stuff coming together like this here. Man, can you imagine just one more thing happening?
Bro, it's crazy. I'm afraid of what we're going to talk about next week.
I thought it was going to be some sports.
It's like from week to week, we think, okay, damn, that was bad last week. And then the next week, you're like, oh, this is worse. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's scary, man.
It's scary. I mean, I hope we slide back into normal times, but man, it's just crazy right now.
We got to get out of 2020. And then I don't even think that's going to be the cure-all. A lot of people are like, man, let's get to 2021 and wash our hands with a bad year. But this is like a bad year of epic proportion.
Yeah, just like craziness, man. The other night, I was on YouTube. Actually, I didn't realize you could watch like live. Maybe I'm behind the times, but you can watch live TV on YouTube. Like I was watching ABC News live, and
I couldn't even get on FaceTime live a while ago, man. So
okay, well, yeah, you can go on YouTube and get live TV. We'll get you up to par. We'll get you up to speed. that's that class after the show. You're gonna attend this one.
All right. Me and Drew Brees gonna be in there.
Yeah, you and Drew Brees. But it was wild, man, because it was like watching. They had the screen blocked off like the NFL Red Zone. So if you've seen the NFL Red Zone before, they'll have the one game going here, game down here, and up here. You get several different games. Well, they had the same situation going on, but we're rioting. So you could see the Philadelphia riots down here. You could see the LA riots over here. You could see Times Square. You could see like other parts of New York. It was crazy, man. So I'm here watching like the NFL Red Zone, but it's riots. And then, the craziest of all crazy places was LA. Man, it was like watching a real life version of Grand Theft Auto, the video game, man. They had like 3 different high-speed chases going on at the same time. It was just crazy, man.
Wow, man. Lord,
people shooting fireworks at the police officers and then getting into high-speed chases. It was just crazy.
Lord.
So who knows, man? Who knows what we're going to see this next week? Hopefully we don't see nothing but just normalness.
Real deal. It's almost like we living on a week-to-week basis now.
Yeah.
We went very quickly from year to year.
Yeah.
To week to week.
Yeah, now we week to week, man.
Man, and one thing that I want to make sure we do, just because the news is moving so quickly, I want to make sure we continue to follow up with these not convictions, but these charges were pressed,
definitely
against these 4 perpetrators.
Yeah.
And because a lot of time what happened, the news feed goes so quickly to where it's something else that'll take that forefront, and we forget about what's going on. Just like in the case with the young man in Georgia.
Yeah, the Aubrey.
Yeah. It took him how many weeks? 5 weeks to even get some charges pressed on these guys?
I think longer than that.
If it wasn't for
the video,
social media, and the video,
social media,
I think them dudes would still be out there barbecuing right now.
Yeah, chilling.
Yeah. And so, and there's so many more cases. Anybody that we're leaving out, I apologize. It's a ton of people that's dealing with this and have been dealing with it forever. And it was so funny, man. I was watching the video, and we'll kind of close on this from Sanford and Son. I'm a 70s
I seen
baby.
that. Yeah, I seen that.
I think, hopefully I passed it to you. If not, you saw it.
Yeah.
And his son Lamont was asking him. He was telling him, Dad, heart attack and stroke and hypertension is killing
the leading cause of death
for Black people.
Yeah.
And Fred was standing there like, oh wow, really? I thought it was the police.
Yeah.
And that episode had to be from the late 70s,
man.
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And man, Red Fox wasn't off by much, man.
Man, still going on.
It's still going on, 2020. I think that still is the leading cause.
Yeah, man, it's still going on, man.
Yeah.
We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say, let's end it on a bright note.
Let's do that.
Charges on the 4 officers. Kudos.
We're going to follow up.
That's progress.
Yeah.
Houston, you showed out yesterday. You showed out, man. 60,000 people, representing, peacefully protesting,
Oh, yeah.
It was a good look. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it right there. Get your point felt, but you did it in an honorable way. You know what I'm saying?
Acres Home, North Plaza representing, man.
Already, man.
Big Warren G the phone, man.
Felt good to be a Houstonian yesterday, man.
Yeah. Studewood, we there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We there. And again, shouts out to Bun B.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Trade of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For organizing that event,
Yeah.
And evolving as men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They realize that, they have a voice, they have eyes on them, man.
I appreciate it.
And for anybody that doesn't know, man, Trade of Truth went through a lot of stuff here in Houston, man. He came out and said some controversial things. Dude's always spoke his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Came out and said some controversial things. Said something about one of the DJs at 97.9 The Box years ago, and his music has been banned for
Yeah.
years.
And Trey been banging, man.
Been banging, man.
I love it. I love his work.
You know what I'm saying? So Trey has got it out the mud. You know how they say, you get it out the mud?
Yeah.
Trey has really got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have the utmost respect for that guy. And man, he's evolving, man. He's becoming a force down here.
He ain't gave up though. See, that's one thing about it, man. You got to keep on digging and scratching. When you know you're right, you got to stand on what you believe, man. And that's one thing I love about our show. Everything that they hear from us, from show number 1 to show number 32,
uncut.
Is uncut.
It's uncut, man.
It's
uncut.
I'm gonna stand on what I said. So yeah.
Already. Likewise, man. Likewise. So
Yes,
as always, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Podbean. Now you can catch us live on Facebook Live. And then even after the live, you can watch it. You can watch the pre-recorded episode. So we'll be going live every Wednesday, between 5:30 and 6, man. So you guys look out for the next one. Yeah. Hopefully the next one isn't so politically driven.
I don't know what to expect, man. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah. Hell, we might be flooded out next Wednesday with this hurricane stuff that's going on.
We're gonna do it
on
Skype then.
Yeah, we're gonna Skype. We're gonna figure out a way to get to y'all, man. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, Warren G, the phone man, real deal, Rooted Fresh Ink, finest. Holla at you.
Yeah, Mr. 38. Hey, also too, shouts out to my homie ESG, man, for hollering at us
Big
today,
E.
man. Happy birthday, homie.
Yeah.
Peace.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, man. That's the wrong one. Hey.
What's that? Playoffs?
Oh, this is the wrong one, too.
Playoffs?
Yeah, man.
They moving around on you, man.
Oh, man. Oh, look. Let me close out. Let me close it out, man.
Man, we ain't getting nobody but Sugar T.